His time's expired, and I'd like to recognize Dr. Kennedy from great state of Utah.
Thank you, Chair Babin, and to the witnesses, thank you very much for being here with us today. Dr. Crowder, I'll start with you, if that's all right. I'd like to ask the role that the national labs are going to play in the Genesis mission, as well as the National Quantum Initiative, if you'd explain some of that connectivity.
Yes, I'd be glad to. Thank you for the question. The Genesis mission is really about delivering a product, a unique scientific instrument for the country. The national labs, our 40,000 scientists that are employed there, are a national resource to us, and we will continue to leverage them to deploy this capability. The one thing I want to say about the Genesis mission is that there's a moment when we can go past just staring up at the stars and build a telescope. And for quantum computing, that moment is now. It is time to start building the telescope. It is time to start peering past our horizon of what is known. And I think that is what the Genesis mission is about and what the Genesis mission hopes to deliver.
And our national labs will be a key part of that.
Absolutely. Our national labs are instrumental to the success of the DOE mission.
Thank you very much. Dr. Gonzalez, I have a question for you about, so Representative Riley and I are working together on a Boosting Rural STEM Pipeline Act to invest in skilled STEM educators who want to work in our rural communities. And I wanted to know what the federal government is doing to build that pipeline, particularly in rural communities, of our quantum capacity individuals who are going to take the place of those of us that are getting older and aging out from this work that we're doing.
Thank you for the question. We at NSF I talked that workforce is everything that it accompanies everything that we do, and also we are very keenly aware of that there's talent everywhere across the nation, geographically, and we try to reach that talent as best as we can. One example, we have a Dear Colleague letter that's actually it's called Amplifying STEM Education Investments in and with Rural and Remote Areas and Communities. It's not specifically on quantum, but it's one avenue that we can do. And we know we need as much talent as we can get to move us forward. So,
thank you for that. And I'd also like to continue, Dr. Gonzalez, in the China competition that we have, and which subfields of quantum technology does China currently lead us in research output and quality, and how can we work to increase our ability to win in that race?
So I think, again, thank you for the question. This is an area that's highly in flux because the whole field is in flux, but I think in the last few years, if you look, the publications coming out of China have good quality, and they're out publishing us. Number of patents, the same story, and I think they have their early priority was communications. So, and therefore you heard about the MISHUS satellite back in 2016, but we are also clearly working in these areas across the country.
Thank you. Yeah. Dr. Clampin, I had a question for you about how China has integrated quantum research into their space program.
So, I think you just heard that, at the moment that's really focused on their MISHUS quantum communication. We're seeing more investment and papers being published in areas like use of manipulation of atoms or photons for instrumentation such as magnetometers and gyros. So we're seeing a growing interest in that area, which is the area where NASA is primarily focused right now.
And the research is quality research. You feel like it's reproducible, and it is something that is actually justifiably moving the agenda forward for the Chinese Communist Party, or is the research questionable in any fashion?
I'm not sure we can really speak to that because we're talking about hardware items, and the publications would suggest that they are functional and operational, but we don't have verification for that. So,
thank you. And Dr. Clampin, if you would continue on with the remaining time that I have and talk about the importance of microgravity research and advancing quantum, and how will NASA be working with commercial partners in regards to accelerating our efforts as we transition from the International Space Station?
So, as you noted, we will be transitioning away from space station. A lot of the work that we're doing in the area of fundamental physics for quantum right now, we feel is getting to the point where we will be doing the next stages of flight demonstrations. A good example is atom interferometry for quantum gravity radiometers. So those will ultimately transition to free-flying demonstrations and then operational missions. We are currently looking at ways that we can partner with commercial launch services to replicate some of the capabilities that we've had on space station going forward.
Thank you for that answer. I yield back, Mr. Chair.
Gentlemen,